imagine that Mount Zion Baptist Church was once simply a few people with a passion for knowing God. No buildings or parking lots, no technology, and no large budget. Simply some land on a dairy farm and a group of people with a vision for seeing their city reached with the gospel.
From a dairy farm and a vision to now reaching the world, Mount Zion is now a vibrant ministry dedicated to serving the community and region through biblically based programs. People have long seen the church as a doorway for change, a center for activities, and refuge for the disadvantaged. Since 1981, the landscape has changed greatly from the meadows to a comprehensive worship center with over 5,000 members with a simple mission: to reconcile the world to God through Jesus Christ. Mount Zion has become an integral part of the landscape in southeast Greensboro. Today, Mount Zion is a regional church with members traveling from Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Winston-Salem, Danville, and other locations to attend services. Nearly 5 million people live within the radius we serve. Less than a mile from the I-40-85 corridor, which links several world-class institutions of higher learning, Mount Zion has been strategically placed by God to nurture these bright young minds and empower them by teaching the Word of God.
We are continuing to stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. Our legacy who established the spiritual foundation.
I am Deacon Larry Curry, and my wife is Betty Curry. We're Deacon Emeritus, and we've been members of Mount Zion over around 50 years.
When we came to Mount Zion in '55, it was a little church on Bingham Street. It was a little white church, and we had one room, and we did everything in one room.
We, at that time, we were with Bishop Frank Williams, and we moved from Bingham Street down to Spencer Street, and there we had the new church built there.
That's when Bishop came to us, and he stayed there for a period of time and decided that we want to go further. So then we went to Alamance Church Road. We walked from Spencer Street to Alamance Church Road one Sunday morning, singing and praising God all the way. Had a wonderful time.
What I see Mount Zion as is a growing baby that has so much potential. But the only way it's going to ever reach maturity is to obey the parent, who is the Father.
One of the most impactful ministries born out of Mount Zion is the Welfare Reform Liaison Project, also known as WRLP. This program demonstrates our commitment to the community as seen through the eyes of those who benefit from WRLP.
I would describe Welfare Reform Liaison Project as a microcosm of my whole life as a child. Just growing up in poverty, watching the struggles that a single mom went through, living in public housing. And when I was a little boy, I would say, God, if you allow me to become a man, then I'll help my mama. Well, thank God that my mother doesn't need any help now, but there's so many other mothers who are out there struggling every day with their children. And that's all Welfare Reform Liaison Project is. Just a hand up, not a handout, but a hand up to help those who won't help through a faith-based organization, which I think is just so important because God lives here. God lives here. When people walk in the door, they could just feel the presence of God in this program and know that we're willing to go the first mile, the second mile, because it's more than a job, it's a calling. And we believe that we are called by God to come out and help other families experience a better life. We often refer to ourselves as the hands and the feet of God, just out in the community making a difference. And we thank Mount Zion for that.
From this humble beginning 5 years ago, with a $20,000 grant, WRLP has grown to a $36 million organization, reaching the entire nation.
I say because of the program, I have a new outlook on life. Because of the hand up I received, I found a way out of poverty, a way out of the system, and it opened the door for a brighter future for my family.
At Mount Zion, we believe that no soul should be left behind, regardless of race, family, or economic status. We want to see the community reached in a unique and effective way for Christ. So what's next? Early in 2003, Bishop Neil Ellis gave words of prophecy to Mount Zion concerning the future vision. His points rang out with great clarity.
I don't know all the details, but I know there's some trees. Need to cut down. You need to cut down, not to build right away. That ain't gonna happen right away. But you need to cut down and trade. The people of Mount Zion are supposed to be treading on this property in short order. Here's what I'm supposed to tell you. When you tread on God's behalf, He will kick in on your behalf.
We're demonstrating our commitment to reaching the community through the building of an expansive family life center. We want to create a unique facility to Greensboro that provides an opportunity for total family development.
The Family Life Center addition will enhance our ability to fulfill this vision. Now, many people would never come to the sanctuary, but they would visit the Family Life Center, allowing us to minister to them in these settings. We'll have things like bowling, basketball, or simply just working out. And the gospel can be delivered in any of these settings.
My life will be changed by the building of the Family Life Center because I'll have a place to go hang out when I don't have anything to do.
In the future for the youth here at Mount Zion, I just see a lot of growth and a lot of encouragement, especially by the building of this life center. More youth will be attracted in great numbers and will become more involved in the church and not just sitting around.
I'll be willing to sacrifice my time, I'll be willing to sacrifice my money in order for this Family Life Center to be built.
I see for the future much more people coming in and being able to have fun and not coming in thinking church is really boring.
I'd like to ask you a question. How would you like to experience life in the fullest? How would you like being a part of a great move of God? Well, we have an opportunity to shape the future. And what a great privilege to change our community and even our world forever. God has positioned us to do a great work. Will you join us in this awesome journey? Do you still believe in miracles? Do you want to belong? Do you want to share with God? Then become a partner with Christ forever by joining us.
May the work I've done speak for me. May the work I've done speak for me. When I'm resting in my grave and there's nothing can be said, may the work I've done speak for me.